The post-parade for race 1 is led by number 1 Run Kerry, owned by Rosamund Barclay, trained by Gloria Haley, ridden by Francisco Monroy. Scratch 2 Carol's Comic. 3 So I'm Told is owned by Felipe Carlos and Emilio Quinones. Martin Valenzuela Jr. is the trainer, Edgar Payer is the rider. Number 4 Smarty Nose is owned by trainer Sally Rivera in partnership with William Heck, Alex Ayer, Gregory Gallio and William Sala. Damian Cruz is the rider. Number 5, Slew's Joy for Lirios Racing is trained by Jesus Aranga, ridden by Ricardo Ramirez. And number 6, Belly Up is owned jointly by trainer Brian Coroner and Evan Trommer. The rider is Cesar Ortega.
Welcome into a beautiful Saturday afternoon of racing here at Los Alamitos Race Course. Jose Contreras alongside Ulysses Gomez. How are we doing?
Doing good. It is a warm Sunday evening here in Cypress, California. We got a nice 8-race card. The last 3 on the card will be trials to the claiming stakes. This is one of the funnest events here. These horses are not eligible to be claimed in their trial, but if they do make the finale, they're in for a $16,000 tag, but the finale value is about $100,000.
And there has been instances where there's been some nice qualifiers, and then the Canadians have gotten cold feet. They're like, no, I don't want to run in the final. I don't want to run for 16.
There's also been some instances, Show and Tell Cartel, that gets claimed out of that, qualified to the $2 million, and ends up winning a Derby in his 3-year-old season.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun one coming up on the latter half of this 8-race program. Early pick 4 about to begin in just a few minutes. George's picks, they can see George on the screen. He is our Equus chart caller, giving us all the comments there on the Equibase charts. Chris's picks as well. We'll have selections throughout the night. I want to give you some changes for the early pick 4 here at Los Alamitos. Race number 1, Scratch It 2. You already know about that one being that one on the screen. Race number 2, the one is out. That is Tap House, who was a big price there on the line. Race number 3, I believe we have no changes in race number 3, right?
We have a couple rider changes. Armando Viramontes is off his mounts tonight. You'll get Irving Lara on the 3 in race number 2, Dulce Glorieta. Race number 3, you also have another rider change, as Irving Lara is also going to pick up Smiling Through the Tears, the 7 in the 3rd race. Race number 4, scratch the 3, Cyber Dreams. No rider changes there. That is the first 4 races, the early pick 4 on the card. Going on to the late pick 4, race number 5, Armando Viramontes off of Recuerdas. You're going to get Oscar Peinado. Race number 6, we're going to have no changes in the 6th, leading us to the 7th. The 6th race is the first of 3 of those claiming Futurity trials. Race number 7, also good, no changes. And in the finale, good as well, no changes. So the changes only come in this early pick 4 sequence.
Yes, and I do have Martina Arriaga on the 2 favorite surfer in race number 4. So Martina Arriaga, race number 4. He's got the 2 favorite surfer and scratch the 3 Cyber Dreams. There we go there through our top 3 picks here for the screen. 653 for me, top pick here being towards the outside for this opening race. Start of the early pick 4, 1,000-yard event, conditional claim tag of 8,000. Belly Up comes out of a good third place finish last time out. Ulysses only missed by 3/4 of a length. I think having the outside post once again is a big time benefit.
It sure is. This horse has tried a 1,000-yard distance once. I think going to get sharper now out of the gate the second time over this distance, over this oval, and lost to a tough horse. Sharp as attack. I mean, the clocking says it itself. Sub 53 clocking. The winner goes in 52.74. Belly Up is going to be tough. Another horse that I'm looking at, So I'm Told, the 3. See that horse there in Chris's picks as well. So I'm Told, second off of a slight layoff. Showed some early foot, 21-4 opening quarter, was ahead off the leader. I think that is quick enough here, and I like that that was the race coming back off that layoff. Had been running a route, trials at 6.5 furlongs during the daytime. Now cuts it back down once again to the 1,000-yard distance.
Yeah, and this 1,000-yard event, there's some good local experience, but there's not a ton of getaway speed unless the 5 Slews Joey turns back the form to some of that speed he showed back last summer.
You're going to have to turn back the form to that race just about a year ago, July 13th of 2025, when he was able to take him gate to wire in that 62.50 claim, or stopping the clock 52.25. That was a solid clocking. But San Jose, best finish was a third place finish back in September. This is second off of a layoff. Had a race October 19th, came back to the races June 28th. Now you're getting second off that long layoff. Slews Joy should be sharper for the Uranga born.
Let's look ahead and go through this glance at the pick 4 sequence. Race number 2 will be for the quarter horses going 350 yards there. We noted the scratch of the 1, leaving us with that field of 5. Rational looks like an overwhelming favorite there.
2 to 5 in that morning line. Gets the benefit of the outside draw. 3 career starts, 2 second place finishes, and that third place finish. This horse is just sitting on a victory, sitting on breaking the maiden, and I think tonight is a night that's going to be a single in many of those place pick all tickets, as well as the early pick 4.
You know what? Give a look towards the 3. Dulce Glorieta. I don't think we've seen the best of that favorite, Cartel filly. She had worked 1240 before the debut, and I don't think everything went right in the debut. I think there's upside with that experience. She's 10-1 on the morning line. Race number 3, 350-yard allowance. Is it as easy as looking at Standing with Pride and BB Party Time?
They're drawn together. They can get in their own little match race, but keep an eye on Talk to Yourself on the outside. Going to the flipping halter, get a little more focus at the start. That's been this horse's issue. Was able to get out of the gate in good order in that debut, going 220 yards, and get a victory. The last 2 out since then, trouble out of the gate. Gets the flipping halter. I think that's a key addition, and the benefit of the outside draw. 8-1 morning line on Talk to Yourself. Give this filly a look.
Yeah, and I would give a look to Go Go Kiki Go, who was a nice debut winner from the rail. I liked her that night back on June 22nd. In the race number 4, By No is a 6-5, and it looks like it might be a 2-horse race with a scratch.
I agree with you. Big scratch of Cyber Dreams. By a Nose, favorite surfer drawn side by side to close out the early pick 4.
They're at the gate for the opener. First of 8 races here tonight. This begins the $1 pick 4 and the $1 place for call. 1,000-yard event. Let's go out to Michael Runner for the call.
Belly Up 4 to 5 as he completes the line. They're ready for race number 1. Racing, Belly Up is away smartly. Not so Run Kerry from the inside stall, who goes back to the tail. And Smarty Nose is devoid of early pace and goes back there with him. Onto the main track, Slews Joy will set the tempo, striding clear of Belly Up, followed by So I'm Told. 5 lengths, Run Kerry, moving 4 clear of Smarty Nose. They're strung out over 15 lengths. As they approach the turn nearing the quarter pole, Slews Joy on top with Belly Up in second position, coming after the front runner now. Cuts that lead to a half length with 3/16 to go. So I'm told 3 lengths back running third. Into the stretch and Slew's Joy in front from Belly Up, followed by So I'm Told. Slew's Joy has moved away again from Belly Up with a 16th to run. It's Slew's Joy for the money. Safely holds Belly Up the length of the stretch to score by a length. So I'm told third. And then Smarty Nose edging past Run Kerry for fourth. It's 5-6-3-4 unofficially. Slew's Joy beating Belly Up. So I'm told and Smarty Nose. Slew's Joy wins the first for Lirios Racing. Jesus Aranga trains this 6-year-old bay gelding by Slew's Tis Now from the tribal rule dam Joyful Emma. Ricardo Ramirez, the winning rider. Slew's Joy was bred in California by Stuart Sugimoto. And the result is now official. Placings officially 5-6-3-4. Race 2 comes up at 7:51. Scratch 1 Tap House. Irving Lara rides number 3 Dulce Glorietta.
Well, we talked about how the lead and the speed put up for grabs, and the key was going to be can Sluice Joy turn back the clock and show some of that speed from last year? He did so, and he won the race.
The answer is yes. Lose Joy not only showed that speed, but was resilient because it looked like Belly Up had every opportunity midway through the turn and coming to the top of the stretch to run by. Sluice Joy denies him, puts him away, and draws clear in the end.
Let's go back and take a look at this race number 1,000-yard event there. And we knew there was going to be a little bit of speed towards the outside. We didn't truly know how much speed Sluice Joe was going to show, but given that he was making a second start off the layoff, given that he had some back speed and back class, once he got out to this kind of a lead, and the body language from Ricardo told us that there might be some more left in the tank here.
As they break, I thought So I'm Told had a clean start and then drifted outward, had to be corrected quickly by Edgar Palleras, lost the strider too, ends up giving up that lead, and then you get Sluice Joy get out there, and you see here, you speak of the body language, you see Cesar Ortega is sending as Ricardo Ramirez is sitting chilly on Sluice Joy. Now he comes up to him, Ricardo Ramirez starts shaking the reins, a bit of encouragement. Sluice Joy responds nicely and denies Belly Up. I also like that Ricardo Ramirez lets Sluice Joy drift.
Blow it out a little
Go
bit.
on, get off the rail, make it just a further route for Cesar Ortega on Belly Up.
AKA the Ulysses Gomez move. Drift out 3-4 wide, get a little bit dirt, intimidate him a little bit.
Give him a little bit of a bump, send them out a little further. Let your horse run toward the competition. I think that is key. Look at the head on here. You see that bump that So I'm Told took, kind of took him off stride, did get that head in front out of the gate, but then now playing chase. And you can even see the body language on the head on Jose. Look at the white silks,
Yes.
Cesar Ortega. His arms are moving. He's shoving. He's pushing. Wow, Ricardo Ramirez is sitting pretty chilly on Sluice Joy.
And I think having the second start off the layoff for Sluice Joy also helped the fitness there.
Sure did. I mean, you were going to get a fitter horse, race fit off of that layoff. And now you see some encouragement by Cesar Ortega. And there's that left hand. Ricardo Ramirez, instead of going to the right hand, goes to the left hand to encourage Sluice Joy to run out toward the competition, puts him away fairly easily, and then runs onto the wire.
540 on the win price there for Sluice Joy, who gets now career win number 10, 10 for 33 lifetime. Congrats to Lidios Racing, Jesus Uranga, Ricardo Ramirez, the winning rider. 5-6-3, the order of finish in race number 1 to kick off the early pick 4. Coming up, race number 2 is 13 minutes away with a 1-9 favorite. We'll talk about it coming up soon.
The post parade for the second is led by number 2 favourite Daytona for Daniel Reynoso. Jaime Gomez trains, Henry Lopez rides. Number 3 Dulce Glorieta is owned by J. Francisco Diaz, trained by Lindolfo Diaz, ridden by Irving Lara. 4 Brownie Foos races for Pedro Rangel. Ramiro Zawazo is the trainer, Salvador Vargas the rider. 5 Like to Shine, owned by Mike and Scott Castleman, is trained by Mike, ridden by Martin Arriaga. 6 Rational is owned by Junior's Quarter Horses Incorporated, trained by Paul Jones, ridden by Eduardo Nicasio. Scratch number 1 Tap House, race 2 with $1 pick 3 wagering but no show wagering, is due in 8 minutes.
Welcome back here to the desk at Los Alamitos Racecourse. Jose Luis is here with you. 5 minutes away for race number 2. This does begin a new rolling pick 3. Quarter horses. We're going down the straightaway here, 350 yards.
Only one race around the turn. The next 7 are all down the straightaway for the quarter horses. Is it as easy as Rational on the outside? 2 to 5 morning line, 1 to 5 currently. Scratch the 1 Tap House, which was 15 to 1, making the second career start. I don't think was going to take much action, but would have took some action. And now you're getting 1 to 5. Outside draw, yet to be off the board, sitting on a maiden victory.
I'm going to say no, it's not as easy as it's. I have a long shot that I think could run much better than the running line indicates. But the 6 has everything going for him, right? For her, excuse me. 3 good starts, 3 good finishes, and now gets an outside post and seems to be a decisive 1 to 5 favorite, right?
And look at the 3 starts. On debut, Still Standing outruns you. Still Standing's in the Futurity tomorrow.
Yes.
Second start, Faultless outruns you. Faultless missed the Edberg Million by a nostril. Third start, Nice Laura. Nice Laura qualified to tomorrow night's Futurity as well. So you face the competition. You've done well. You just can't get over the hump. I think tonight is a night. I feel like we're just looking for the partner to finish second.
Well, I'm gonna try to sell you on a partner here. If you don't want to sell you, if I can't sell you on a win bet here on a long shot, I'll sell you on a partner. I think it's Dulce Glorieta, the 3, for Lendolfo Diaz and J. Francisco Diaz and Armando Viramontes. Yeah, those are the kindergarten Futurity connections. By the way, Irvin Lara picks it up. Excuse me, Irvin Lara picks up the mount for Dulce Glorieta. But there's a filly by Ferro Cartel, the Sweetie Cartel. They had worked a pretty decent 1260 and 1240 before the debut. That was back on July 5th. She broke okay, but to me, she looked a little bit lost on the outside, not really engaged. I actually don't mind that she's drawn in between horses. Now she's got the racing experience and drawn in between horses. Maybe this gets her a little more focused.
I agree with you. Watching the backtrack of that debut, it kind of seemed like she was running in spurts.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing more watching than actually running, kind of a little hesitant to get near or by the competition. Now has the experience, now knows what's expected of her. You're going to get a better effort today. And as we're talking about Dulce Glorieta, the odds just
I mean, they
drop.
went in half. They
Yes.
went in half. But
6 to 1 now.
yeah, based on what I've seen from the others, that's the only one that would interest me if I'm trying to beat the 6.
And you're right, but now you're cut in half.
Yeah,
So
it might not be worth it at this price.
the way the odds are playing now,
It,
give me the horse that's drawn next to Rational, who's the biggest price. Maybe Like to Shine can tag along and follow for the second place finish. You see a horse behind the gate. That looks to be Brownie Foos, the 4. Going to get a bit of a schooling prior to the race. Brownie Foos is now walking behind the gate. You see the horse going to walk into the gate, stand in there, back out, just to calm this 2-year-old filly down a bit. She's been a bit antsy in there. This will kind of calm her down. The 6 is also back there, and that is Rational, the big favorite, also trying to slow this horse down a bit, make sure they got their mind on running.
you know the mama of the 6 very well, Quirky. Remember her?
I do. That was one of my favorite fillies. One thing about it, she had a bit of an attitude. And with these type of fillies, it kind of seems like they're the same way. Got that mama's attitude.
Uh-huh.
So you got to get along and make sure, so to say, you don't make them mad or you don't make them lose their race prior to the race. Get along with them. Make sure that they load properly, they're standing properly, and get them out of the gate. Because they do have the talent, they have the ability. They're just a little bit hot-tempered.
Speaking of good mamas, the mama of the 2, favorite Daytona 1000, she was a fairly quick mare. She was a good one. Campaigned by Jaime Gomez as well. The debut for favorite Daytona was a solid 3rd, only missing by a neck. Then she tried the Futurity against the boys and more experienced runners, and she just didn't fire. Is it safe to say that if she didn't have that last running line on paper and she just had the debut, she would be a clear second choice?
Yes.
Right?
It would be. And I don't know what happened in that second start. I mean, I understand it's a Futurity trial. You're going 350 yards. But she just didn't show any kind of interest. It wasn't even like she was
Correct.
trying. It just kind of seemed like she just went out there and galloped. So you should get a better effort. But with the scratch of the 1,
You're on the rail.
favorite Daytona is drawn on the rail. But you're going to get a better effort because I don't see no excuse for that last effort other than maybe just bounced off of that debut. should get a better effort today.
They're at the gate for race number 2, second half of the early double, second leg of the early pick 4. Quarter horse is going 350 yards. We'll go out to Mike Corona.
First couple are in the gate. Dulce Glorietta about to come forward to post position 3. The first of 11 mounts being vacated this weekend by Armando Viramontes. Just terrible luck for Armando, injuring his back yesterday in Wyoming and being sidelined indefinitely. He was to ride the favourite in the Grade 2 Governor's Cup Futurity at the end of tomorrow night's card. And we wish Armando the very best in his recovery. Just awful timing given he won the Ed Burke Memorial Futurity Grade 1 just last month, his biggest career win. So the momentum is stalled. Ready now for race 2, racing. A favourite Daytona broke inwards sharply. Like to Shine, Brownie, Foos and Rational. Followed on the inside by favourite Daytona. Like to Shine gets to a clear lead over Rational. It's Like to Shine, Rational, then favourite Daytona. Like to Shine wins from Rational, favourite Daytona. Clear of Brownie, Foos and Dulce Glorietta. Five is first, Like to Shine. 6 second, Rational. 2 is third, favourite Daytona. And fourth was number 4, Brownie Foos. The time 17.87 with a closing split of 9.76. Here comes Like to Shine back to the winner's circle. A Bay filly by MP Shining from the Separate Interest Dam Remind Mindy. Bred in California by Scott and Mike Castleman, who race the filly jointly. Mike is the trainer, and Martin Arriaga is the winning rider as the result goes official. Placings officially 5-6-2-4. Post time for race 3, 8:15. Irving Lara on 7, smiling through the tears in the first leg of the $2 pick 6.
And just like that, a big upset in the part of the early pick four program here. The biggest price on the board, Like to Shine. Abdul is a big favorite.
I like the price. We spoke of it as they're going to the gate. That's the exact partner.
Yeah.
Big price, draw next to each other. Maybe Like to Shine can follow Rational to the wire. Well, was the opposite.
Yeah.
Rational follows Like to Shine.
And no excuses. We'll take a look at these replays here. It seemed like Rational had every opportunity to go by with the clean trip on the outside, just did not want to do it.
Just couldn't. I mean, yes, Rational could have gone by, but give the credit to Like to Shine. Like to Shine
sure.
kicked it into another gear. They break well. They come to a bit of a brush. And at this point, Like to Shine, from this pan shot, looks to be about a neck in front. Rational, chasing. Like to Shine hits another gear here and puts Rational away.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you can tell the five is just maintaining the challenger at bay. At that point, Martina Rega just trying to guide this one in the right direction. We'll take a look at the head on. There's a little bit of a brush, but nothing really significant here.
No, a bit of a brush you see there. Not real bump, just a bit of a brush. Right here, they both go to the right-hand encouragement. And look at these two riders. They're on cue. Their timing is together. Right-hand encouragement at the same time, and they pick the horse's head up because they know they have full speed. Now it's a race to the wire. And Like to Shine was just better than Rational tonight.
Yeah, and I want to say favorite Daytona on the rail. Watch the breaking inward. Still ran a very credible third. That one should have been a maiden much longer, but yeah, the big favorite, just no excuse. Second best.
Look at the overhead shot. They break together. Like to Shine gets the advantage. Rational runs toward her, but just can never get by. And it kind of seemed like to Shine had more left in the tank. Just did enough to hold Rational off.
This is going to be a big-time separator in the pick four. The early double, $73 for $1.
$38 winner, 72-1 on that early double. Pick four is getting interesting. This is the start of the pick six, field of 8, and you have a 2-1 favorite currently.
Oh, and by the way, congrats to Mike and Scott Castleman. Mike Castleman in the training and the breeding line as well. And by the way, Martina Arriaga, he's still trying to hold on for that top jockey battles race from here till December. He's having a sensational year.
Sure is now. 28 victories on the season, and he's clicking at 20%.
Like to Shine, a big upset in race number 2. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Race number 3 just 14 minutes away.
post parade for race 3 is led by number 1 Martha Starr, owned by the R.R. Rassner Revocable Trust, trained by Paul Jones, ridden by Eduardo Nicasio. Number 2 Cyber Charm is owned by Eddie Sanchez, trained by Juan Alaman, ridden by Jesse Gonzalez. 3 Wired to the Limit, owned by Ashley Garcia, trained by Angela Aquino, ridden by Cesar Ortega. 4 Standing with Pride races for E.G. High Desert Farms, is trained by Jesus Nunez and ridden by Gabriel Lara. 5 BV Party Time for Melanie and Ron Schultz, is trained by Eddie Willis and ridden by Justine Kleber. 6 Go Go Kiki Go, owned by Dan Wilson, trained by Felix Gonzalez, ridden by Henry Lopez. 7 Smilin' Through the Tears is owned by Carol Cooper and David Carley, trained by Sergio Morfine, ridden by Irving Lara. Number 8 Talk to Yourself is owned by Tommy Neal, Todd Neff, Cody Burns and Dylan Burns. Juan Alaman trains, Martin Arriaga has the mount. 8 minutes to post.
Welcome back here to the desk at Los Luminous Race Course as we're looking forward to race number 3. Start of the pick 6 here tonight, Ulysses, and we begin with an 8-horse field.
8-horse field going 350 yards. This is an allowance event for the 2-year-olds. You have an 8-5 favorite in Standing with Pride. Nice second place finish, last out missing by a head. I'm taking a look at a price. Martin Arriaga just won race number 2 at a price.
More of the same?
14-1, outside post, gets the flipping halter, and it's for his main barn, Juan Aleman. I like the draw for Talk to Yourself.
It's going to be a competitor race. I was fishing for a little bit of a price too, but the price is no longer there. I'm talking about the 6 Go Go Kiki Go. Remember, I like this one on debut on the rail that day on June 22nd. I thought it was a very good game win in 1571. This is obviously a tougher spot with horses that already have multiple starts, even stakes experience. But I like what I saw from Go Go Kiki Go, and maybe this spot where this one could step it up a notch.
And that was from the rail for Go Go Kiki Go. Now gets to the outside, post position 6. Should take a step forward. I was loving the 6-1. You're getting half of that, 3-1 currently, and well deserved, I think. The way that debut run was, the way that debut victory was, well deserved. I think you should get more money. See my pick, 8-5. I thought I would get north of the 2-1, Jose. I thought Go Go Kiki Go would take some money. I thought Talk to Yourself would take some money, and Martha Starr on the inside is cold on the board.
Yeah, not taking a whole lot of money. Do you think it's due to that inside draw?
I think so, yes. I think that inside post is playing a key into why this horse isn't taking any play. I like the 4. I don't like the 8-5. I didn't think I'd get. I wouldn't take anything under the 2-1 on Standing with Pride, to be honest with you.
Chris is liking the 4-2-5 combination there, Standing with Pride. That stakes experience obviously holds a lot of weight, and that effort by Standing with Pride. I mean, that was a big run, only missing by a head at 16-1. Amir Andrea was a nice winner. If he repeats what he did on June 22nd, is as easy as the 4 getting the job done here?
No, I do not think so. I think Go Kiki Go is going to take a step forward. Talk to Yourself is going to take a step forward with that flipping halter, I believe. Broke well on debut, then had an awkward start, 2 awkward starts, and just completely lost it. So I think the outside draw is going to help Talk to Yourself. I'm not completely giving up on Martha Star. I know the rail draw is something that this horse is going to have to overcome, but she's broke the maiden last out with a troubled trip. Big strides late. Now goes to 350 yards. I think that's key, getting an extra 50 yards for this rail runner as well.
Yeah, and it's, the extra 50 yards going from 300 to 350, I think really levels out the field a lot more. I think it makes the race a whole lot more interesting.
And that's why I like these events as they go further. 300 yards is where you could still steal it out of the gate.
Correct.
350, now they're going to be bearing down on you those last 50 yards, and you're really going to have to show some grit and determination to hold these horses off. That's why I prefer going further. 350, 400, you can really see what a horse is made of when they're a bit tired and you have horses breathing down their neck.
And also at this time of the year, July, you start getting into that fall campaign. You want the extra fitness. You want the horses, these 2-year-olds already developing and getting more air in their lungs, at full speed in competition, because once you get to the fall, you're already pointing towards the 400-yard Futurity. You need that fitness.
Preach. I totally agree with you. Preach, because guess what's coming up next? The Golden State Million. Where are you going to go? 400 yards.
Yes.
Who's going to come over?
The mountain horses, out-of-state horses that already raced, 400 and 440. They already got the fitness edge.
You're going to get horses coming here that are cutting back in distance while you're moving up in distance. And it's a lot easier to move up 50 yards from 350 to 400 than it is an extra 100 yards from that 300-yard run to 400 yards.
I'm loving that we're going through 50 now for these 2-year-olds here. I am surprised that the 8 is more than double the morning line.
That surprises me, and the bookend, the 1 Martha Star being more than double the morning line, also a surprise to me, as well as my selection. I like Standing with Pride, but you're not getting any value. It's going south as you hear the crowd, and you see it there on camera as a drone goes by,
Good
catching the crowd.
Good to see plenty of kiddos in the audience catching the horse racing bug. Where's our regular? Right next to the left of our set, we have, what would you say, a group of 20 that are regulars. Hey, there we are.
Wave.
So, is that Jim or Cy? Who's manning that drone right there?
I'm gonna go Cy.
Cy, okay, Cy. Shout out to Cy. But yeah, we have the usual group of like 15, 20 regulars that are usually hanging out there to our left.
They're not just hanging out; they're gunning.
Oh,
they're gunning for our job.
Yeah.
They say they pick more winners than we do.
Yes.
And by the sounds of it,
heckled every night.
by the sounds of it, I'm gonna agree with them because they cheer on these races like they don't lose.
Big Six pool about to be crossing the $20,000 mark here. A good pool brewing here. Where's the single? Where's the potential standout in the second half of the card?
Second half of the card as we dive on.
Is it By a Nose in race number 4? Is it the one?
No. I don't think it's as easy as By a Nose. I look to the outside on, oh boy, I think this horse is due to run a bigger effort.
I think the 220 in race number 5 is a little bit more competitive.
Tough. I wouldn't single there. Race number 6.
First of the 3 trials.
I like Favorite Shine. The 7, 9-5. This horse getting back to the 350 yards off of a 220 effort. I like the 7 in race number 6. I think you could look there. And then race number 7, I think that stuff, there's 3-4 horses that you can look at there in race number 7.
You only need one in race number 7.
Irately?
Yeah, Irately.
I like Irately.
You only need Irately in race number 7.
I like Irately as well. And then race number 8, the finale. Do you just go Jimmy Glenn, late pick 3?
Because he's my top pick in both of those legs.
I like him in favorite. I like Favorite Shine in the 6th race. So is it as easy as Jimmy Glenn races 6, 7, and 8. All three of the claiming futurity trials.
In race number 8, though, I'm interested in Val Empire, who's 6-1 in gate number 5. I think he has gate speed. Cesar Franco jumping aboard is interesting to me because that field lacks gate speed. There's not a ton of good gate speed and popping. And once you get to these kind of levels, you just break in front and they don't want to pass you. I think Val Empire is an interesting long shot at 6-1 in the finale.
And going to get the 350 yards. I think this horse wants to go
Yeah.
further.
It's going to be interesting.
3 of the 4 efforts are at 220 yards.
Yeah. So I would say, for me, Ireli. That's where I would take a stand.
I like favorite Shine in race number 6. I think I would take a stand in that event. And if you take a stand with By a Nose, I respect it. I think By a Nose is going to be tough in that maiden claiming event, race number 4.
You're at the gate, Big Six pool, about to cross that $19,000 mark here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon of racing. Already peaked at tomorrow's program. Can't wait. California Breeders' Champions Night.
8 stakes races. The Spencer Childers, the Derby, and the Futurity will be the last 3. And it starts off with the 2-year-old event
Yes,
tomorrow night. A 2-year-old stakes event, the opener.
it's going to be fun.
6 fillies that I think are probably the fastest 2-year-old fillies
Ultra
on the ground.
talented.
Ultra talented.
Yes, that's going to be fun. Looking forward to tonight's. It's going to be tomorrow night's program. In the meantime, we're at the gate for race number 3. Pick 6 time. Pool over 22,000 and climbing. Here's Mike Aruna.
Thanks, Jose. Good evening to you and Ulysses. Pick 6 pool above 22,000 as Wired to the Limit moves forward. BV Party Time will be the next. Standing with Pride, Go Go Kiki Go. I remember her dam a few years ago giving me fits. Go Go Popo Go. So it's only appropriate that an offspring would also be a tongue twister. Smiling Through the Tears is going to be the last to line up. It's 4-5 for number 4, Standing with Pride. All set. Racing. Now, Talk to Yourself has veered very wide. Party Time and Standing with Pride. In fact, Standing with Pride's off the pace. Wired to the Limits matching Party Time. And on the inside is Cyber Charm. And out wide, Smiling Through the Tears. It goes to Cyber Charm over Smiling Through the Tears. And third would be among BV Party Time, Wired to the Limit and Standing with Pride. Two first, Cyber Charm. 7 seconds, Smiling Through the Tears. It's 14-1 over 20-1. And a photo to sort out the rest. The time is 18.08 seconds. 18.08, closing split 9.76. Third is 5, BV Party Time, and fourth was 3, Wired to the Limit. 2753. 2753 unofficially. Cyber Charm. Back to the winner's circle beneath Jesse Gonzalez is a brown gelding by Cyber Monday from the PYC Paint Your Wagon mare, BB's PYC Lucky Charm. He was bred in Oklahoma by Lundeborg LLC. Cyber Charm is owned by Eddie Sanchez and trained by Juan Aleman. The result is official. Race 4 is set for 8:40. Oscar Payne, in the fourth race, Martin Arriaga rides number 2 Favorite Surfer. Arriaga on number 2. Scratch number 3 Cyber Dreams.
Big upset there in race number 3, Cyber Charm. How about this place pick called Buster right here, Elise? It's 14-1 over 20-1.
Look at that exact, the 394 and change. That's a pull shot in that dollar superfecta. 12,262 and 20 cents. 2753 is that superfecta, and that's because Standing with Pride, the big favorite, off the board.
Off the board, 275. Jesse Gonzalez for Juan Aleman. The other Juan Aleman trainee gets the upset. Is it too early to start thinking carryover in the Big Six? Is it too early?
First leg of it, and you get a big number. And we didn't speak of Cyber Charm. We were talking about the other Juan Aleman. Apologies to Jesse Gonzalez and Juan Aleman going to get the victory. But watch, a scramble at the start. Talk to your South breaks outward. Go, go, Kiki, go. A little bit erratic out of the gate. Standing with Pride. Falls behind. The one horse that seemed to be more professional was the 2 Cyber Charm. And that's why you get the victory in this allowance event.
And it really came down. That was the key. The one that was the most professional. Not because you could probably argue there was a few more runners that might have been more talented, but it came down to who was the most professional. Cyber Charm proved best, wins nicely, and smiling through the tears, a 7 for Sergio Morfin. Did finish with very good interest there late to complete the exacta, also at a big price.
And you see the head-on shot. I mean, these horses are spread out down the racetrack. A bit of a erratic running, horses breaking outward, inward, and once they get behind other horses, these quarter horses don't like getting dirt kicked in their face. You're going to see the overhead shot there. Outside horse breaks outward. Go, go, Kiki, go doesn't really get out of the gate. Now you have a couple horses getting that dirt in their face, including the big favorite, Standing with Pride, who just cannot really kick it into gear at this point. Wow, Cyber Charm, just the most professional of the bunch, is able to hold off, smiling through the tears.
Significant upset here in race number 3, first leg of the Pick 6, Cyber Charm. Congrats to Eddie Sanchez, a gelding by Cyber Monday out of BB's PYC Lucky Charm, purchased at the Heritage Place sale for $24,000. Tonight's win, a nice upset to kick off the Pick 6. Also, a place pick-off separator, without a doubt, here in race number 3. We'll take a break. Coming up, race number 4 is just 14 minutes away. Scratch a 3 right now. Early money showing up on the 1 by nose at 2-5.
This post parade for the race 4 is led by number 1 By a Nose, owned by the Schwaneveld sisters and Elvis Alvarez, trained by Roman Figueroa, ridden by Irving Lara. Number 2 Favorite Surfer is raced by Manuel Chavez and Jose Santos, trained by Paul Jones and ridden by Martin Arriaga. 3 is Scratched. 4 Faith Eagle for Clanfield Axe Stables is trained by Felix Gonzalez, ridden by Henry Lopez. 5 Roja Red, owned by Miguel Velasquez and Francisco Salinas, trained by Felix Gonzalez, ridden by Damian Cruz. 6 Oh Boy is owned by Mark Parsons and Mark Parsons Jr., trained by Scott Willoughby, ridden by Gabriel Lara. 9 minutes to post.
Coming up, race number 4, just 7 minutes away. Jose Muliz is here with you as we're reminiscing about the placement call separator leg that just happened in race number 3, and what a way to start the pick 6. This is one of the favorites of the pick 6 sequence that was going to play heavily, I think, as a single.
3 to 5 now. I think it is going to be a big single. And this closes out the early pick 4.
Yes.
We had 2 big prices leading up to this 4th race. That early pick 4 pool was right around the $90,000 mark. I'm pulling up the payouts now. Lowest payout in the early pick 4, over $1,300
Commas?
to your 3 to 5 favorites.
Wow.
Jumps up to $3,500 to the 2, and then $7,000 and change to the 4. $67,000. That's right, $67,000 to the 5,
That's a full
and then
shot.
$13,000 to the 6. So if Roja Red for Felix Gonzalez gets the victory, $67,000 is what's going to be the
It
payout.
only takes one. That's why we call it the best bet in all of night racing. The lowest limit is early pick 4, $1 minimum. You just wait one price, and that's all you need to create a difference.
And you got 2 today because
Yeah.
you had a $36 horse, and then you just had in the last race Juan Aleman and Jesse Gonzalez cashing in. So 3 to 5 favorite, drawn to the inside. That's your top selection. By a nose, you're going to get rewarded in this pick 4.
Yeah, and by the way, Bayou Nose was 50 to 1 in that Futurity trial last time out. But 2 starts back in a straight maiden event against Phillies only. She was a 90 cents on the dollar favorite, finishing 4th in that event. She is facing a field that has actually only the 1 and the 6 have never been entered for a claiming tag. So a key class drop for Bayou Nose truly makes her the horse to beat here.
Sure makes her the horse to beat. And the other horse that you spoke of who's also running for the first time in a claiming event, a maiden claiming event, is Old Boy. Old Boy has had trouble in all 3 starts out of the gate. Now, she gets the benefit of the outside draw. I think that is key for this 2-year-old filly by Golden Boy. Golden Boy has had plenty of success this season with the 2-year-olds. I love the outside draw for Old Boy.
Yeah, the outside draw has to be a positive here for this filly. She has drawn gate 2 and gate 4 in 3 starts, broke slowly, and we'll call it in every single start up to this point. So she has an opportunity to finally get away to a clean trip. I think the main threat to the big favorite is the 2 favorite Surfer, the Paul Jones trainee. George agrees with that statement here. He likes the 1-2-6. So favorite Surfer is his second choice. And by the way, make it Martina Arriaga, right? Arriaga picking up the call in the 2.
Yeah, Arriaga's going to pick it up for Evita Montes. I like this horse's 3rd place finish last out. That was off of a slight layoff, 2 months on the shelf, about 60 days prior to that last effort. Second off of a layoff. Horse should be race fit and ready to go here, as well as dropping into the lowest level of her career, maiden 12.5 from that maiden 16 event.
Yeah, so favorite Surfer, second start off the layoff, second start in the barn, another slight class drop. There still has to be a little bit of upside, in my opinion, like for the 2 favorite Surfer. Now, the 4 Faith Eagle, that second place finish looks good too, back, and I like that she got out to a fairly clean break. I would consider her last race kind of a so-so effort. She wasn't as quick as I thought out of the block. There was a bump at the start. But I remember the Mama being a pretty good race mare. I think she fits at this level. Now, probably a few things have to go right, but I would likely think that the 4 is the next one up in the rankings for me.
You'd go with the 1-4 exacta? That where you're looking? I would lean to the outside just because of the outside draw. I feel like the other 4 runners have kind of similar clockings, and I've yet to see what Old Boy can do. I think she has yet to hit her best stride. Broke through the gate on debut, reared at the start in the second effort, hit the gate in the third effort, and took money in that second effort. Was 3-1 in that race. I think if Old Boy can get out of the gate and stride out to her best effort, I think she's going to be in the mix here.
And I think we can agree that, for the most part, we probably haven't seen the quote-unquote A effort out of anyone here. They've all had a little bit of excuses at some point in their running lines. So I wouldn't be able to talk you off of anyone here, put it that way. And the betting board is telling us that. Look at this. 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 5-1. No one truly is separating from each other.
Aside from Baye Knows, I mean, all these other horses are vying for that second favoritism. They're all within a couple points of each other. 4-1, 5-1, and 6-1, like you spoke of. So yeah, if you go any other direction, not going to talk you off. I wouldn't talk you off if you're just saying, you know what, I don't like the 3-5. I'm going to try to beat this favorite. Has the rail draw. Get horses drawn to the outside that seem to be troubled running lines where you can see some upside. Wouldn't talk you out of taking any one of these 5 runners here.
Yeah, once you get out of the favorite, it's fairly evenly competitive from the rest of the group. So I would agree with that statement here. But I think if there's one thing that could get the 1 beat, it's got to be the draw.
Yes, with that rail draw. And you look at that last effort, bumped at the start. You look at the second career effort, ducked in at the start. Yes, this horse has 5 career starts. The race goes through this rail runner. But you're trying to make money, and 3-5 is not a way to make money here. So I would try to find a horse that either fits that exacta or try to beat this rail runner.
Yeah, favorite Surfer, the 2 was a first time gelding last time out, and first time in the barn, and first time in the class drop. So second time angle for a lot of those things for the 2. To me, that's the obvious main threat.
And you're looking at just clockings alone, $15.99 in that last effort for the 2 when missing by a half length. 2 back, Baye Knows went $15.96 when missing by 3/4. So it's not like there's that big separation in times.
Best of luck if you're closing out the pick 4. Comma payouts everywhere. Here's Mike Corona.
Favorites in line. Favorite Surfer now coming up to post position 2, the only male in the field. Faith Eagle and Roja Red, sporting identical silks, are neighbours in the gate, and Oh Boy will complete the line. By a Nose holding firm at 3 to 5. No change to those odds in the last minute or two. Set. Ready. Racing. By a Nose breaking inwards. Faith Eagle and Favourite Surfer get the best of it, and Oh Boy joins in down the outside, and By a Nose kicks strongly through along the inside, and despite an erratic dispatch from the gate is far too good, By a Nose romps away to beat Favourite Surfer, and Oh Boy followed in by Faith Eagle. Ended up 2 to 5 from 3 to 5. And she had panels on the opposition first time in for a claim. Number 1, By a Nose, beating 2, Favourite Surfer, and 6, Oh Boy, and 4, Faith Eagle. The time 15.80 seconds. 15.80, closing split 9.88. Here is By a Nose coming back to the winner's circle. A Bay filly by MP Shining from the Separatist Dam, Burn and By. Bred in California by Dr. Steve Burns. Owned by the Schwanevelt sisters and Elvis Alvarez. By a Nose is trained by Roman Figueroa and was ridden to victory by Irving Lara. The result is official. Post time for race 5, 9:03. Oscar Peinado rides number 8, Recuerdas. Even with a 2-5 favourite closing out the early pick four, the $1 payout is still more than $1,300. Late pick four getting underway in 17 minutes.
Well, it was the big favorite by and O's getting the job done in race number four, but despite the big favorite winning, pick four already over a payout over a comma, over 1,300 there.
Over 1,300. As much as we spoke of trying to beat the favorite because there was no value, you weren't going to beat by a nose tonight.
No.
Broke well, put him away early, and it was a race for second place money.
Yeah, let's take a look at the replay here for race number four. It was a 300-yard maiden claiming event. We knew the favorite was going to be on the rail. The question was, how was this filly going to handle the rail at the break?
Broke a bit inward, but when you break that well, there's really no pressure on you, right? Breaks a bit inward, but it looks to be in front already. There's a clear gap in the running lanes between the 1 and the 2, and by a nose is just faster, quicker, and just better on the night. Like tonight, I'm going to get an open length victory. 1-2-6-4 was the final finish. Here's the head on. Look at that inward break. Corrected by Irving Lara quickly, but you're just on the fastest horse, so just make sure you get by a nose to the other end.
I actually like the very fluid stride. Once she got the top speed, it was nice and smooth, fairly professional, a straight path after that.
We said the race went through this rail runner. The betting public agreed 2-5, but the key was that early pick four.
Oof.
If you're able to navigate, 2-5 closing out, and you're going to get paid over 1,300.
And kudos to the players that navigated that payout, because when you glance at the pick four, it looked like there was going to be a short payout, but it only takes a couple of upsets to really help you out.
It looked simple. It looked like you had a couple singles, including by a nose. Looked like you had a single in that second event. The outside draw for Rational. Rational gets beat by the biggest price. You have an upset in race number 3, and you're going to get rewarded in that early pick four.
Yeah, nice job. Congrats to the Shranabel sisters and Elvis Alvarez, Roman Figueroa, Irvin Lara, the winning connections. Philly, bred in California by Dr. Steve Burns by MP Shining out of Burning Eye, a graduate of the Los Hombres Equine Show, breaking the maiden diploma on career start number 6. A nice win for Bayanos in race number 4, paying $280 on the win, and the exacta did come back $3 even. That's the first half of the program. Early pick 4 in the books. Race number 5 will begin the late pick 4. That's coming up in 14 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have gateworks to show you for race 5. Number 5, Gambling Cowboy, worked from the outside post in 12.7 seconds on the morning of July 8. He stumbled at the start, recovered quickly, but could not keep up with Jess Tell, who opposes him again tonight. Gambling Cowboy is a colt sired by the lightly raced Burnt Up, who was a one-time winner for his breeder, Steve Burns. We review the same July 8 drill, this time focusing on number 7, Jess Tell, from the inside post. She broke a blink behind Gambling Cowboy, but was fastest into her next gear. Jess Tell established a lead, continued under a hand ride, and was well ahead by the 16th pole, winning this drill in 12.5 seconds over tonight's rival. Number 8, Recuerdas, worked from the outside post on Independence Day morning in 12.7 seconds. After braking a little slowly, she eventually found a quicker stride while under a hustling ride. Recuerdas had no trouble moving past her workmate, Swifty Sass, while also flashing speed after the wire before slowing at the turn. The field is parading for the 5th, led by number 1 CCR Train Station for Woodhouse Singleton Racing. Sergio Morfin is the trainer. Gabriel Lara has the mount. Number 2 Mas Fortuna is owned by Johnny Trotter, trained by Jose Flores, ridden by Irving Lara. 3 Gilligan, owned by Juan Angel Ruiz, trained by Matt Fales and ridden by Ruben Lozano. 4 Ceasefire is raced by Steve Burns, trained by Mike Castleman. The rider is Martin Arriaga. Number 5 Gambling Cowboy, owned by Luis Aceves, trained by Elena Andrade, ridden by Henry Lopez. Number 6 See You When I See You is owned by Double A Horse Racing, trained by Eddie Willis, ridden by Justine Kleber. 7 Jess Tell races for Gary Laramie. Elena Andrade trains. Ricardo Ramirez rides. Number 8 Recuerdas is owned by Rodolfo Viramontes, trained by Rodolfo and ridden by Oscar Peinado.
Welcome back here to the desk at Los Alamitos, just 5 minutes away from race number 5. Start of the late pick 4. Can the late pick 4 outpay the early pick 4, which paid over $1,300?
It's going to be difficult. That is a $1,300 payout. But the late pick 4 starts off with an interesting race. 220-yard maiden event for the 2-year-olds. Field of 8. You have a 3-5 favorite in Gilligan from Matt Fales, Ruben Lozano aboard. Are you in agreement with the betting public making this horse an 8-5 favorite?
No. I do think this one should be favored. I don't know if this a clear favorite at that. The 220-yard distance, I think, made this race interesting because I think it opens up the race to some of the first-time starters. Because you can, if you're professional enough, this is where you can try to win it at the break.
We spoke of it earlier. We like the 350-yard events because you're going to have to be able to finish, and it's a lot different when you're quick out of the gate and then you have horses running to you. 220 yards, you can steal it right at the start. It's an eighth of a mile in thoroughbred terms, 220 yards. So you can get horses that are quick but not necessarily can carry that speed and be fast down the racetrack. So with that said, I don't see it as easy as Gilligan. This horse had 2 good breaks to start off the career, and then since then has had a bit of trouble. I don't see it as easy because if that happens, 220 yards, you're going to lose it.
And also, the track in Arizona, the surface plays much different than this surface here, right? So some of the figures might not translate apples to apples because it's a different playing type of surface. Having said that, Recuerdas the 8, 16-1, that is my top pick. From an 8-1 morning line, currently double that morning line, 5-bar cartel. Remember to walk on the dam side. 1250 work was solid. At this specific distance and this specific conditions, I don't mind taking a first-time starter against experienced foes, because this is the distance, like you talked about it. You can steal it with a good break.
I agree with you, which is why I'm leaning toward Mas Fortuna, the 2 at 4-1. Source has 4 career starts, left the gate in front on debut, going 220 yards back in March and just got beat. Last time out, left the gate in front, had a bit of a bump and didn't finish. Now, back to the 220-yard distance where she had her best finish, finishing second. I'm leaning toward Mas Fortuna, who I know can beat the gates and leave in front.
By the way, I feel like I already saw the mama in tonight's program. Jess Moss, she was a pretty good mare, campaigned by Team Andrade. He's on the breeding here. And yes, in race number 4, there was was out of the same mama. So siblings running in back-to-back races. Yes, Mas Fortuna, I think we haven't seen the best of that filly. I could see why that one should be attractive at 9-2. See You When I See You is the other horse that I was ranking here in the spot. And it all comes down to that effort back on April 25th. Good break, narrowly missed by a neck. The clocking wasn't rapid, but was professionalism. And then you face a tough Futurity trial field last time out. There's nothing wrong with the 6 being a contender versus this group.
And we know Justine Claver and Eddie Willis, they just have an act to get horses out of the gate in good
Pop 'em
order.
out of the gate, yeah.
That's what you need here going 220 yards. I land on the 2 Mas Fortuna. I like the 9-2, same as the morning line. I think that's a win bet there on a horse that you know can leave the gate, has left the gate first or second in 3 of the 4 career starts.
Let's look ahead and glance at this late pick 4 sequence. Races 6, 7, and 8 will be the claiming Futurity trials. Again, all these runners entering these trials are protected in the trials. They're not offered for a claiming tag. But the top 10 fastest qualifiers that come back in the final will be up for grabs for a claiming tag of 16,000. And we've seen some productive claims come out of previous finals.
And that final will be run on August 16th. We have 22 horses entered. 10 of them will get in. Like you said, we've seen some productive claims. We've also seen horses step up in these trials.
Yes.
And the ownership and trainer get together and think, you know what?
No, we're not running in the final.
This horse is valued more than that $16,000 claim tag. We're going to stay away from that purse money, which I believe is going to be right around that $55,000 range.
Yeah.
So they'll stay away from that to protect their horse.
Because I remember maybe 2 years ago, there was a fastest qualifier from Felix Gonzalez. He said, you know what? I'm keeping this one. I'm not going to run it in the finals, and kept it to try to point towards those bigger futurities.
And we had Show and Tell Cartel. Was that 2 years ago? That was claimed out of there. Qualified to the Los Alamitos 2 million later in the year, and then won the El Primero del Año Derby as a 3-year-old. So I think this is one of the funnest events.
Oh, for sure.
Because, yeah, you're going to run for that $16,000 tag in the final,
But it's a little bit of a poker hand.
but you have a purse of $55,000 that you're going to get a big chunk of.
You got to weigh the options.
Yes, I like it. I think it's one of the funnest events that we have here at Los Alamitos.
All right, so that first trial, race number 6, 350 yards. I like favorite Shine, 9-5, Jimmy Glenn, Doc Allred. But illicit favorite is my long shot there, 8-1 for Juan Aleman. To me, that is a must-include horse at that price in the pick 4 tickets.
We've had a long shot by Juan Aleman already get a victory on today's card. Momentum is in their favor. Why not do it again? Race number 7, the start of the late double. This is where your single comes to play.
I would take a stand. Yeah, I would take a stand with Irately.
I don't blame you. 4 career starts, 2 second-place finishes, and a third-place finish. That 5th-place finish had trouble out of the gate. You could draw a line through that effort. But this horse was a betting favorite in the last 2 starts when finishing second, 2 back missing by a nose, and third last time out. This is the first time trying 350 yards for Irately.
From the sequence, that's the horse I wouldn't mind riding all in. If it works out, it works out. Race number 8, we're gonna have it feels like a little bit more an evenly matched field based on Ed Burgart's morning line. Female Flyer is 5-2, AP Royal Suite is 3-1, and She's Difficult is 4-1.
Of those 3 runners, which is a horse that you're leaning toward?
She's Difficult on the outside. I like the post upgrade.
I like the outside draw, and those are 2 trained by Jimmy Glenn Jr. Female Flyer, 5-2 favorite, and She's Difficult on the outside. AP Royal Suite is interesting to me. First time in the barn of Jose Flores. It's claimed the last time out for that $16,000 tag. Now shows up here in the claiming Futurity trials. I think being drawn outside of Female Flyer, because I think Female Flyer is the horse to beat. Being drawn outside, AP Royal Suite can have the advantage because you're going to be pushing down on Female Flyer.
And the only horse that actually has broken on top in consecutive starts is the one JB Cool Idea. Her times haven't been rapid, but just the fact that she's broken 1 2 consecutive starts is a positive sign. The concern is she draws the rail now.
And that's going to be the big concern, drawing the inside. Those last 2 outs where she broke in front was drawn to the outside in both of those efforts. So she had perfect scenarios. Now going to be drawn to the inside in the finale.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trials. I really am. The horse I would key on will be Irately in race number 7, though. I think that's the leg where I would key on that horse and build around it into this late pick 4. Getting close to 6 figures here, 86,000 plus in the pick 4. The favoritism has now evened out. Gilligan, the 3 and the 6, See You When I See You. I'm not surprised the pricing is coming down on the 6, but I always thought the 3 was going to be favored. We'll see where it ends up, but um, hard to not ignore how well Justine has been getting some of these horses out of the gate.
She just has a knack to get these horses out of the gate in good order. I'm liking the 5-1 on Mas Fortuna. I'm getting better than the morning line. Horses holding there at 5-1. I think that's where the win bet is for me. With that said, how deep would you go here in the pick four sequence? Because this is a 220-yard event.
Yeah, I would use. I think the two logicals are spot on, but the eight's my win bet. The eight, in my opinion, should be 13-1. This is a first time starter that has a little bit of pedigree, has some ability. You don't need to be a monster to win at these distances going to 20.
With you saying that, I would have to go 5 deep. I'd have to take the inside 3 runners, the 6 and the 8.
Yeah,
And that's
just
why
just to feel safe,
just
and
to
get out.
feel safe and get out. And as you progress and build the ticket, you're gonna have to pick a single in one of these 3 claiming futurity trials. I'd lean toward Irately in race number 7 or race number 6, another Jimmy Glenn runner in favorite Shine. But I would have to go deep. I would try to survive this 220-yard event.
We're about to cross the 6-figure mark here. It is late pick 4 time, 92,000 and counting in the pool, and I'll go with Recuerda as the 8 as my top pick. We'll send it up to you, Michael.
Okay, Jose. About half the field already in line. Gilligan has now moved in, sharing favoritism with See You When I See You, 2-1 for numbers 3 and 6. And the last to line up will be Recuerdas. See You When I See You, number 6, now with outright favoritism remaining at 2-1, while Gilligan, number 3, drifts up to 5-2. Recuerdas to the outside alley. Gilligan back into 2-1, and so is the rail horse, CCR Train Station. Numbers 1, 3, and 6 disputing favoritism. Ready. Racing. Gilligan and Mas Fortuna, CCR Train Station, See You When I See You, Recuerdas. It's Mas Fortuna, CCR Train Station, See You When I See You. Mas Fortuna from CCR Train Station, See You When I See You, and Gilligan. Two under photo. Number 2, Mas Fortuna, is the unofficial winner. The time is 12.09. 12.09 seconds. Placings are 2163. Mas Fortuna is the unofficial winner, with number 1, CCR Train Station, finishing second. Number 6, See You When I See You, third. Number 3, Gilligan, fourth. The result is official. Mas Fortuna is by favourite Cartel from the One Sweet Jess Dam, Jess Mas. She's a sorrel filly bred in California by Dr. Steve Burns and Oscar Andrade. Mas Fortuna is now trained by Jose Flores for owner Johnny Trotter. Irving Lara is the winning rider. Post time for the 6th race, 9:29. Scratch number 3 quick enough. Martin Arriaga rides number 4, Tacos and Coronas.
There we go. Ulysses Gomez giving us a selection of Mas Fortuna, who floated up 7-1.
I was liking the 5-1. You're going to end up giving me 7-1 on Mas Fortuna. Horse that had 4 career starts, had left the gate in front in 2 of them. Does it again today, going 220 yards, and is able to hold off the competition to get the victory.
And we talked about that pedigree, right? Favorite Cartel and Jess Moss. $72,000 at the Ruidoso Select yearling show, and a maiden no more in career start number 5. My question to you is this a pick 6 carryover already?
No, I do not think so. Not yet.
Not
yet. I'm going to say we still have tickets alive. These are the first 3 legs. There's still 3 legs to go. I'm going to say there are still live tickets in this pick 6 sequence.
Let's go back and revisit the replay here for race number 5, 220-yard event. There was a little bit, I would say, a little bit of mistakes made towards the outside part of the gate, but we'll focus on Mas Fortuna, gate number 2 there, going to 20, Irving Lara up aboard, and the breaks seem fairly clear, fairly fair from the get-go, and leveled out and finished best.
Sure did. Wanted to get a little fidgety there, but leaves the gate well.
Yep.
Brushes a bit with the 3, but is already in front. And you're going to see this horse finish strong, leaves the gate well. Justine Claiborne and Eddie Willis with See You When I See You, chasing hard, just cannot get there. And you're going to get CCR Train Station from that inside, holding off See You When I See You to finish second. Here's the overhead shot. And you see a bit of a brush with those outside horses like you spoke of.
But
and
she broke forwards.
And the 3 horses that got out the cleanest finished 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, CCR Train Station ran a very good to be in a battle, but having the pressure, being on the outside and putting pressure on the inside, I think was the difference maker between the 1 and the 2.
I agree with you, because right at this point, you see the overhead shot is going to run up to the 2, but just cannot get on by. Ends up finishing second. I'm going to say if the posts were switched, you might have had CCR Train Station running down Mas Fortuna.
Also, look at the size difference, right? The 2 is a little more bigger, stronger, more developed body 3-year-old filly. That makes it intimidating for the more compact filly.
And this is a 220-yard event. Mas Fortuna steals it at the start. This is why we speak of how do these horses react when they go down the racetrack 350 and they do get pressured for an extra 130 yards. How will they respond? That's what makes it interesting the further they run.
So a 7-1 upset to begin the late pick 4 and a spice up in the pick 6 as well. Mas Fortuna, bred by Oscar Andrade and Steve Burns here in California. 2-year-old filly by Favorite Cartel out of the very good race mare Jess Moss. Johnny Trotter, the winning owner, and the first 3 legs of the pick 6. $257 pick 3, already making it very, very interesting. 2-6-1, the order of finish now official here in race number 5. We'll take a break and come back for the final pick 3 of the night. 12 minutes away for race number 6.
The post parade for the 6th is led by number 1 J La Poderosa, owned and trained by Jaime Gomez and ridden by Ricardo Ramirez. Number 2 Illicit Favorite is owned by Newcomb Racing, trained by Juan Alaman, ridden by Henry Lopez. Scratch number 3. Number 4 Tacos and Coronas is owned by J. Francisco Diaz, trained by Lindolfo Diaz, ridden by Martin Arriaga. 5 Secret Express is owned by the Schwanevelt sisters, trained by Roman Figueroa. The rider is Irving Lara. 6 MP Express for M&G Farms is trained by Valentin Zamudio, ridden by Ruben Lozano. 7 Favorite Shine is owned by Ed Allred, trained by Jimmy Glenn Jr., ridden by Oscar Peinado. Number 8 Bonus Bet races for Adrian Gonzalez and Jose Gutierrez. Valentin Zamudio trains, Cesar Ortega rides. This is the first division of the $16,000 claiming Futurity trials.
It is time for the final pick three opportunity of the card, and that means the start of the claiming Futurity trials.
22 runners, the 10 fastest will get in. 2 fields of 8 and a field of 7. But we do have a scratch here in this 6th race. The 3
Quick enough.
will be out. Quick Enough is going to be out.
And what's going to take money? Was going to be one of the contenders.
4-1 morning line was going to take plenty of play, but now leaves us with the field of 7 and Favorite Shine taking all the money. 4-5 on the board.
Again, all these trials there at 350 yards. Top 10 fastest times will advance to the final. In the final, everybody entering the final will be entered for a $16,000 claiming tag.
And that's why I think it's such a fun event, because these are lightly raced 2-year-olds. They still have plenty of upside. And sometimes you get horses in these trials that just show it. And then by the time they come back to the finale, the owner's got it.
You got a decision to make.
Difficult decision. Do they go for that $55,000 purse money and risk losing their horse for 16, or do they hold on to it because this horse has a future?
All right, so we're 5 minutes away here from this event. Right now, the money's showing up on the 7 Favorite Shine. James Glenn trainee, Dr. Ed Allred owned. This one was a graduate of the Los Hombres Equine sale for $52,000. Short, I would say, good ability in the first 2 starts. Actually, last time out, second with a clocking of 12:17. That's a pretty good clocking going 220.
It sure is. That was a 5th place finish to Golden Token.
Golden Token.
We saw what Golden Token did.
Impressive. By the way, that was the night Golden Token won at 18-1.
That was a debut from an
19 to
inside
1,
post,
yeah.
and this horse looked great. So, Favorite Shine taking all the money. Of the 3 races, you said you would single irately in the next.
In the next race. Yeah.
How deep would you go here if you were to start that late pick 3?
3 deep. 2, 4, and 7. I like the 2. George likes the 7 and the 4. Tacos and Coronas. I'm in agreement that those 2 are the ones that should be taking the majority of the play. But just like you like the 2 in the previous race, Mas Fortuna with that pedigree, Favorite Cartel and Just Mas, I still think there's upside based on the pedigree on Illicit Favorite. Favorite Cartel and Illicity. Illicity was a very nice mare campaign by Juan Element, trained by Juan Element as well, for Papa's Place LLC. And this one came out with a pretty good debut, finishing second. There was a couple of awkward beginnings in those middle starts. Pedigree says, I don't think we've seen the favorite of Illicit Favorite. And 18-1, to me at that price, that is a must include.
I agree with you. That is a good price. That is the longest shot on the board, actually, Illicit Favorite. What do we do with the horse? I know you said 247. What do we do with the horse like the 5, Secret Express? Not getting any respect on the betting board. 11-1 off the 5-1 morning line. But this is the most experienced runner in the field, making the 7th career start today, and has hit the board in 4 of those 6 lifetime starts.
I think that's the positive, right? You've hit the board already, and he's shown us that he can break well. Has broken on top in 3 out of the last 4 starts. But on the flip side, you've broken well, but you haven't been able to carry that speed, and now you go 350. The distance was my concern for the 5.
You're adding distance. This horse has yet to try the 350-yard distance. That's probably why it's not getting any respect. How about the 6, MP Express? 2 career starts, 2 improving efforts, finished 5th on debut, 3rd last time out. Can we make a case for MP Express taking a step forward and being able to upset this race?
She did take money last time out, and I got to give her credit that she broke much better than what she did on debut. So she progressed. She showed some progression, but I'm not so sure the extra 50 yards is going to be up to her positive. But she's improving though. I think that's the main positive if you're liking the six.
The other Valentin Samudio is taking money. Outside post, that 10-1 cut in half on bonus bet. Cesar Ortega going to be aboard. I got to follow the rider.
The
Look like
go-to rider.
Ruben Lozano had the opted to ride MP Express. I think the money on bonus bet is because of the outside draw.
Yeah, I'm in agreement too. Although, you know what happened earlier tonight? We followed the rider, Martina Arriaga, and it was Jesse Gonzalez in the other Juan Aleman training.
Completely overlooked the other Juan Aleman runner who's got the victory. Could be the case here once again. The two inside horses, 14-1 each. You spoke of illicit favorite. You like that runner. Can J La Poderosa, who's had trouble in 3 career starts, one of them from the rail when hit the gate on the second career start, can J La Poderosa get out of the gate and pick up a piece and maybe, of the 21 runners now that we have one scratch, maybe be in that top half to find the spot in the finale?
I think if you look at some of that pedigree there, Siegfried Fallers is a good mare. Obviously, you got Favorite Cartel on the top side. And given that you've seen all those comments, off slow, hit the gate, bumped, you could probably say, all right, we haven't seen the best of the one, but is an AF good enough to win tonight? Is 14-1 an attractive enough price?
I'm going to say no, because it's not north of the morning line, which I thought was still too short at 15-1.
Yeah.
This horse value goes up north, maybe take a chance. You look at when the horse drew the rail, 2 back, May 31st, hit the gate, broke inward and hit the gate. So I would wait and watch on La Poderosa from that inside post.
I want to say the more we get to the gate, I thought the price of the 8 was going to float up, but it's not floating up. This is holding.
It is holding 9-2, 5-1. While Favorite Shine did float up a little bit. Now you're going to get double your money on the Favorite Shine. Tacos and Coronas, the second choice. We spoke of how we like this gelding. 3 career starts, has had trouble in all 3 of those efforts, and still managed to finish second, 2 back. The clockings are respectable too, and this horse I think is going to appreciate the extra 50 yards.
I'm looking at the pick 3 Wopes ending right here. The 4 and the 7 are by far the lower ones. I'm going to say this. So the 4 and the 7 get beat here. Carryover.
You think so?
I think so.
Because
there's no other standout singles the rest of the way, right? It already happened. So if these two get beat here, I think we're talking carryover.
We're looking carryover with still the late double to play.
I think so.
I think it would be fun if we get a carryover tonight
into California Breeder Champions Night.
That's going to be a fun card tomorrow.
To me, the win bet is a 2 illicit favorite. That's the value on the board. But we're in agreement that the 7 it's got the best numbers.
I think the race goes through Favorite Shine. You're going to get a little more than double your money at the moment. If you can get that, by all means, do it. Find the exacta partner, because you can go any other way in the other 6 runners if you like the Favorite Shine.
It is Futurity Trials time here with Mike Corona.
Bonus bet coming up to complete the line. 6-5 for number 7, Favorite Shine. 2-1, number 4, Tacos and Coronas. 4-1 for number 8, Bonus Bet, who is edging forward now. And Gary Brinson is ready to dispatch the field. Racing! MP Express, Favorite Shine, Tacos and Coronas, and Illicit Favorite, followed by Bonus Bet. It's Favorite Shine out wide on the track with the nostrils in front. MP Express trying hard, but Favorite Shine out finishes MP Express. Third among Illicit Favorite, Bonus Bet, and J La Poderosa. Seven over 6 in the first division of the claiming Futurity Trials. Favorite Shine, the favorite, number 7. Outpointing number 6, MP Express. It's a show photo. The time 18.20 seconds. 18.20. Closing split 9.88. Here comes a favourite Shine back to the winner's circle. This is the third winner on the programme, sired by MP Shining. Favourite Shine is out of the favourite Cartel Dam right. He's a Bay Gelding, owned by Ed Allred, trained by Jimmy Glenn Jr. and ridden by Oscar Peinado. MP Shining sired race 2 winner Like to Shine, and race 4 winner By a Nose. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a dead heat for third between number 2, Illicit Favourite, and number 8, Bonus Bet. Numbers 2 and 8, dead heating for third. The result is now official. Placings official E7, 6, with a dead heat for third between numbers 2 and 8. The 7th race comes up at 9:54. clear of program changes.
We're having too much fun here on the desk. How can we not here when we're at Los Alamitos enjoying some of these trials? How about the first trial? Favorite Shine, 1820 is the time set.
And we have a dead heat for that third place money. That's going to be key in the clockings, right? Because 10 of the 21 total runners will get into the final. Jose, 2 trials left, 2 races left.
You know what time it is? Before I get you a late double, let's revisit race number 6 there. The first of 3 trials for the Claiming Futurity. At the break, we focused towards the outside because that was where Favorite Shine was. And once this one got out to a fairly clean break, we knew this one was going to be tough to deny.
This is why we like the 350-yard events as well, because you're going to get these horses that are finishing strong. Favorite Shine gets out of the gate well and has to hold off pressure. You see the 6 MP Express at a price right next to him. You see the 4 Tacos and Coronas out there dueling it out. But Favorite Shine is going to be able to grind it out, continue on 350 yards, get a long shot. MP Express to finish second to round out that exacta. And then we're going to have that dead heat for third between the 2 and the 8 as you get this ISO view of Favorite Shine. Gets out of the gate in good order. Oscar Peinado, left-hand encouragement. You see the 6, Ruben Lozano sending. This is why Ruben Lozano chose MP Express over Bonus Bet, who ends up finishing in a dead heat for third.
And once Favorite Shine failed a little bit of that pressure of MP Express, you can see there was a visual acceleration and putting the foes away.
And that's why that 350-yard distance is so much fun to watch, because you're going to have to do that. Favorite Shine had to dig in, had to dig deep, and put away the competition, and sure enough does. 7-6, and there's that photo for the dead heat.
And Elicity, the 2, kind of a lackluster break, actually finished with a pretty good amount of run there late. There's a head-on. You can see the break by the 2 Elicity bumped at the start. At that point, took a little bit to get rolling, but I think that dead heat will come into play. With only 3 trials, the time and the dead heat will come into play.
That is key to get in the finale. 21 total horses. We had 22, 1 scratch, so 21 total horses. So you got to be in the top 10 fastest. Basically, half of those 21 are going to get into that finale.
Favorite Shine, a graduate of Los Alamitos Equine Zone, purchased for $52,000, owned by Dr. Ed Allred, bred by Dr. Steve Burns, and ridden by Oscar Peinado for Jimmy Glenn. So 7, 6, and a dead heat 2-4 for third, and the first trial of 3 trials here tonight with a final clocking of 18:20. There's 2 races left. You know what time it is? Late daily double time. We'll come back and talk about that late double in 13 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a gatework to show you for the 7th race. Number 5, Keep a Secret Jess, was the inside horse on July 4. She was slowly away and bobbled a bit while breaking inwards. She was hustled early and went solidly from there in 12.4 seconds, while finishing a half length behind Corona Spades, who was a debut third last Sunday night. Keep a Secret Jess had an easy-going gallop out, slowing before the turn. The 7th race, Post Parade, is led by number 1 MG Vegas Boy, owned by M&G Farms, trained by Valentin Zamudio, ridden by Ruben Lozano. Number 2, Golden Mist, races for Don and Peggy Boyle. Paul Jones is the trainer, Eduardo Nicasio is the rider. Number 3, Emperador D, is owned by Francisco Diaz, trained by Jaime Gomez and ridden by Martin Arriaga. Number 4, Irately, is owned by Errol Red, trained by Jimmy Glenn Jr., ridden by Oscar Peinado. 5, Keep a Secret Jess, owned by Adolfo Alacron, is trained by Jesus Mendoza, ridden by Ricardo Ramirez. 6, Otherworldly, is owned by Jesus Cuevas, trained by Valentin Zamudio. Cesar Ortega rides. Number 7, Luna Sofia, is raced by E.G. High Desert Farms, trained by Jesus Nunez and ridden by Gabriel Lara.
One trial in the books there for the Claiming Futurity. Two more left to go here. Race number 7 is just 7 minutes away. And again, 350 yards will be the distance for all of these trials for the claiming stakes. Everybody is protected in these trials, but if they qualify and they run back in the final, they will be up for a $16,000 claiming tag.
And right now the bar was set at 18.20. Jose, my single came through in shining favorite. We spoke of it earlier. Jimmy Glenn late pick 3.
Yes.
Because your single comes here in the 4 irately. I'm
Yes.
shocked to see 4-1 on this horse.
I'm pleasantly surprised here. Right now, the money's showing up in Golden Mist, who look good getting the diploma back on June 13th at 1586. But I do think there's ways to navigate this field and kind of analyze that. A few of them might have run already their best race. I'm in the camp that is saying maybe O'Reilly still has a little bit of room to improve.
And I think he does. And room to improve with 3 of the 4 efforts in the trifecta.
Correct.
Still a maiden because it has not gotten across the wire first, but did miss by a nostril 2 back. So I agree with you. We said it was going to be a Jimmy Glenn late pick 3, and he has 2 in the finale as he has irately here. I like irately. 7-2 on the board, I think is a gift on this horse. I think that is a straight win bet.
Yeah, I like that he gets off the rail for because I thought he broke okay. He didn't break all that well. But you as a rider know how difficult it is to encourage your mount to rally when drawn on the inside and when you have to pass horses after a lackluster start.
It's so difficult. These horses get a little claustrophobic in there, and horses are led from their left side. You see the lead pony on their left side. It's so easy for them to run by horses that are on their left. When you don't get out of there quickly from that rail draw, you feel that pressure, hard for your horse to get on by, especially young horses. I think it helps that Irately is now in the middle of the pack, and I like her warm-up. Oscar Peinado didn't turn him loose from the pony, but is giving him an aggressive warm-up.
And there's a look at Chris's picks. He likes the 4-2-3. He also likes Irately, Golden Mist, and Emperador D. 4-3-2 for me. So kind of in the same order there. Are you surprised that the 5 is not taking that any kind of betting support with that Arizona form?
I'm not, just because that Arizona form hasn't really translated over here at Los Alamitos, especially this season. We've only had a couple runners, and they have yet to really run to their potential here. And it kind of just seems like they need it out over the surface.
Oh, yes.
It seems like
That's
they need
the
a
main
start
thing,
here at Los Alamitos before they hit their best stride. And Keep a Secret Jess does have a work over the surface of 1240, 220 yards out of the gate, but hasn't been seen at the races since May 1st and going to make the first start here under the lights. I think that's why the betting public is shying away from the 5.
There's 2 races left. You know what time it is. You ready for my verbal late double?
Hit it.
Well, you know my single is here, right? You know Irately is a single here. So it's going to be a 4 with 5-7. 4 with 5-7 late double. So that's a 4 to Val Empire and a 4 to She's Difficult. So 4 with 5-7 late double.
The way the pool is now, the 4-5 double for $1 comes back 35. The 4-7 for $1 is coming back 12.
Wow.
While the lowest payout would be a 4-3 double. So Irately here.
Female flyer.
To female flyer.
The other James Glenn.
The Jimmy Glenn runner in the finale, who is your morning line favorite at 5-2. So that's the lowest payout. We thought it was as simple as Jimmy Glenn in the last 3 races. He's a third of the way there with 2 races to run. And I like the warm-up by Irately. And now the win money is coming in. 5-2 on the board. Second choice, Irately. I'm going to say that by the time they hit the gate, Irately will be the betting favorite.
I think so as well. How about Luna Sofia, who gets off the rail? She's run the rail the last 2 starts. Now she gets the outside post here tonight.
Was the betting favorite 90 cents on the dollar last time out when beat by the 2 Golden Mist. Gonna try the 350 yards for the first time. And look at that effort 2 back. Was rallying 300 yards. Was actually gaining on the leader. Ended up missing by a head. So that's a positive. The outside draw is a positive. Gabriel Lara getting aboard. Back aboard because he rode Luna Sofia on debut. Knows the horse coming off of 2 second place finishes with that outside draw. I wouldn't be surprised to see this 5-1 shot take full advantage of that outside post and win this race.
If the 4 or 2 get beat here, do we have a carryover in the pick 6?
No, I'm still going to say no. I'm still going to say no. If you go through the form, yes, we had a upset in the opening leg with Cybercharm. Then we had a big favorite in Bayanos. I don't think Mas Fortuna,
Is playing like the 7-1 shot.
not if that was my top pick, I'm going to say no. Being absolutely transparent and honest, no. Then we go to race number 6, favorite Shine. Another top selection for me was the betting favorite. So if you played Survive in advance, there's no reason why you're not alive in this pick.
So you're saying because you found those, they hadn't been that difficult, right? So everybody's alive.
If I found them, they're not that difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. So I'm gonna say no. There's no carryover because you look at the third race and we spoke of it.
By Nose was the horse that kept all those tickets alive, right?
Right, because we spoke of the third race, the first leg of the pick 6. It felt like it was a survive in advance type of leg.
True.
And the 220 event went to a horse that was my top selection that floated up in the win pool to 7-1.
But you're right. Might be playing more like a 4-1 shot.
Should be playing closer to that 9-2, especially going 220 yards. A horse that's left the gate in front of the pack twice in the 4 starts. So I'm going to say you're going to need a big upset in these last 2 legs for a carryover.
And I'm no longer getting the 2-1 on Irately.
There's the money that we spoke of. 3-2 now on Irately, Oscar Peinado, Jimmy Glenn Jr. They're trying to sweep the late pick 3. They got 1 leg of them with 2 to play.
2 races left. You know what time it is. Late daily double time. Here's Mike Corona.
Golden Mist and Otherworldly moving in. Emperador D will be the next. Followed by Keep a Secret Jess. Irately number 4 is into 3-2. Now 7-5. 7-5 Irately, heavily supported. 3-1 for number 2 Golden Mist. Luna Sophia completing the line goes from the rail 2 times in a row to the outside alley tonight. Racing, Luna Sophia drifting outwards a little. Keep a Secret Jess away sharply. Emperador D Irately, MG Vegas Boy, and Luna Sophia down the outside. It's Emperador D, Luna Sophia, and between them Irately. Emperador D wins. Luna Sophia second. Busy for third. Irately, Keep a Secret Jess, and Otherworldly was coming home strongly late. Three first. Number 3 is first, Emperador D. Photo second. The time 18.14 seconds. 18.14. Closing split 9.87. Second is 7, Luna Sophia. Third, number 5, Keep a Secret Jess. Fourth was 4, Irately. 3754 unofficially. In thousandths, the time is 18.148. 18.148. Comparing with the time in race 6, the first trial, of 18.200. The result is official. Placings officially 3754. Emperador D is a brown gelding by Doc's Best card from the Foose mare Tainted Love. Bred in California by Francisco Diaz. Owned by the breeder, trained by Jaime Gomez, and giving Martin Arriaga a double on the program to match Irving Lara's double. Post time for race 8, 10:17. No changes.
And just like that, we got an upset in the second trial. Emperador D, who was a debut winner actually, came back in upsets at 8-1 for the barn of Jaime Gomez. Martin Arriaga, good break, good finish.
Martin Arriaga with another winner. Yes, good break and good finish. Going the 350 yards. Had to finish because was getting a charge from 3 other runners, including the favorite, Irately, who didn't get out of the gate the best. Scrambled out of there, but was running on late, as were a couple other runners. But Emperador D sure did finish strong.
And I got some breaking news. Carryover in the pick six. No one's alive. Carryover over $14,000. We got horse players already looking forward to tomorrow's program. And also, as a bonus for all the fans and all the horse players, check out losalamitos.com. Free past performances for tomorrow night's program. So there you go. A carryover already for tomorrow. California Breeders' Champions Night, and free PPs, past performances at losalamitos.com. So check it out, get to work, get to studying for the pick six.
You have no excuse not to jump in the action tomorrow night. As you heard, somebody over her shoulder heard the pick six carryover.
They're
ready for tomorrow. They are clapping.
They're ready for the pick six.
They are ready for that carryover tomorrow. And it's an all-stakes program tomorrow.
Yes.
Calbred Breeders' Champions.
Take a look at the break here. Emperador D broke inwards, but got out the best, near the lead, and finished best.
And had to finish because you're going to get a charge from the outside runner in Luna Sofia. Irately between horses. Keep a Secret Jess also moving strong, but Emperador D is going to hold them all off. Nostrils for that second place money. Nostrils apart, and it's going to go to the 7 Luna Sofia. So it's going to be Emperador D, the 7 Luna Sofia, the 5 Keep a Secret Jess, and the 4 Irately going to round out the Superfecta. In comparison, the clocking, Jose, 18:20 in that opening race, the opening trial, race number 6, 18:14 here.
And it was a little bit more of a blanket finish underneath. So there's going to be a lot of movement.
There was a dead heat as well.
Correct.
In that opening trial. So going to be a lot of movement. Going to have to take a look. 14 horses have ran so far, 7 left. Top 10 get in. This was a big effort by Emperador.
It really was. Professional race.
Sure was. Got out of the gate with a bit of a break inward, brushed off the 2-horse Golden Mist, but then ran on and had to run on. That pan shot's deceiving. I thought Luna Sofia was gaining on Emperador D. She was in front. Emperador D takes the lead midway through the race and then has to hold off the late charge of Keep a Secret Jess and Irately.
Good win by Emperador D. Now 2 for 4 lifetime. Congrats to Francisco Diaz, Jaime Gomez, and Martin Arriaga. There's Martin again doing what he's doing. having a great 2026 season, getting the job done in an upset. And again, carryover for tomorrow night's program already with one race to go. Over 14,000 plus into the pick six. And you can get your free past performances over there at losalamitos.com. So get to downloading. We'll take a break, come back, race number 8, the final trial of the night, coming up 13 minutes away.
Number 1, JB Cooleye Dio leads the post parade for race 8 beneath Erasmo Gasca. Felix Gonzalez trains her for Priscilla Arredondo and Jesus Nava. Number 2, running for the card, is owned by Jesus Avila, trained by Valentin Zamudio, ridden by Ruben Lozano. 3, Female Flyer, is owned by Ed Allred, trained by Jimmy Glenn Jr. The rider is Cesar Ortega. 4, AP Royal Suite, is owned by Jose Flores, Mark and Marta Winslow and Larry Stewart, trained by Flores, ridden by Irving Lara. 5, Val Empire, is owned by Jose Luis Valdez, trained by Ramiro Zuazo, ridden by Cesar Franco. 6, Shining Bright, trained by Paul Jones for Bradbury Racing, is ridden by Gabriel Lara. Number 7, She's Difficult, is the second entrant for Allred and Glenn. Oscar Peinado is up.
With 2 trials in the books, here's the current top 10 with one more trial remaining. Emperador D at the top in 1814, and the winner of the first trial, Favorite Shine, in second in 1820.
The 2 winners in the 2 trials are first and second. Luna Sofia, who finished second to Emperador D, has that 3rd spot. Then we go to Keep a Secret Jess, who was also in the same trial, race number 7. But the bubble, J La Poderosa at 1841, Illicit Favorite 1836. That's that dead heat for 3rd in that first trial. Positions 8 and 9, so to say. They're both at 8 because they have the exact same clocking.
Hypothetically, let's say this happens. Let's say 3 more get in, where bonus bet becomes a quote-unquote 10th fastest qualifier. Well, there's a quote-unquote 11th because they're dead heat. Flip a coin.
Flip of the coin. But I'm going to say MP Express and Otherworldly
are the ones.
Even Irately are still a little iffy. But it is a 7-horse field.
Yes.
So if you're in the top half, I think you're looking pretty good. I think it's those last 3 and 4 spots that are still sweating it, that are still wondering if they're going to be able to hold on to their spot in the gate for the finale.
Well, 2 things are for sure, though. We got a carryover already in the pick 6 for tomorrow. $2 base wager, 14,000 plus. That's going to be exciting because every race is a stakes event tomorrow on California Breeder Champions Night. And to go along with that, you get free past performances over there at losalamitos.com for the program. So you got free PPs and a carryover to handicap.
And graded stakes events, the last 3 races on the card. It's an all-stakes card tomorrow night. We're going to end it with the Spencer Childers, a grade 1. Then come the grade 2 Derby and Futurity tomorrow night. The 2-year-olds will close it out. You got Duda Cartel in the Derby to start the late double. So can't wait. Governor's Cup Derby, Governor's Cup Futurity, the last 2 races on tomorrow night's card. And prior to that, the Spencer Childers, where you get one of my favorite horses, Cattail Cove.
Oh, he's back. A classy individual. All right, 4 minutes away from race number 8, final trial of the night here. And as we look at the betting board, it's very even. We can say we have 4 co-favorites right now. 3, 4, 6, and 7. George likes the 3 on top. That is Female Flyer.
I like the warm-up of this 3. This horse looks good. You see how long and rangy she is. Has a nice trot to her under Cesar Ortega. I love that he took her away from the pony to warm her up alone. She's had 2 career starts. She's been a bit antsy in both of them in the gate. This is the first time Cesar Ortega is aboard because Oscar Peinado is on She's Difficult, horse on the screen there. The other Jimmy Glenn runner. I like the looks of Female Flyer in this spot.
Chris likes the 5. That is my second choice, a Val Empire. I just like that he's broken relatively well the last 2 starts, and he's looking like a horse that might improve. Cesar Franco jumping aboard, I think, is a positive as well. So I'm in agreement with Chris that the 5 to me looks like a contender. I went 7-5-3 as far as my rankings here. I like the other Jimmy Glenn trainee. She's Difficult, who's drawn to the outside. She was drawn in gate 2 and 3 in the first 2 starts. She ran okay. She didn't really look like she was at her best. Maybe getting to the outside can get her away to a better beginning.
I agree, and I think she's one that you kind of got to get along with. She's a bit difficult.
She's difficult.
She fits her name and the mama's name, right? Tough to figure.
Yes.
She's just a bit difficult to get along with. You got to get along with this filly. Oscar Peinado knows her. He was aboard for the first 2 starts of the career, back aboard today. I love that she moves to the outside. I think that is beneficial. She will be loaded last, won't be in the gate very long, which also helps. And then you're going to get clear sailing down the racetrack.
Chris, 5-3-4. Top pick for you?
Female Flyer. I like the 3. 3-1 is a fair price now. 5-2, fair price on any of these runners that you go with. Even the 2 longest shots on the board. JB Cool Idea from the inside, improving efforts, 4 career starts. The last 2 were improving. 3rd place finished 2 back. 2nd place missing by a head last time out. And the clockings are getting faster. And then you look at running for the card. Ruben Lozano, Valentin Zamudio. If you're willing to take a chance on this 2 horse at 9-1, I would not blame you. 4 starts, trouble in all 4 efforts. You've yet to see what this horse can really do. Valentin Zamudio, Ruben Lozano, they've come up with some prices in the last month or so.
For sure. By the way, the consolation payouts and the pick sixes are not bad at all. Even if you're alive for a console payout,
5 of 6. What's the lowest 5 of 6 payout?
These are not bad. We're looking at how some of these, and by the way, in the pick 4s, the lowest payout I'm looking at the pick 4 is 684. In the pick 4, lowest. And in the pick 6,
You got 2 horses paying 4 out of 6. Those are the lowest payouts.
The 1 and the 6.
The 1 and the 6 will pay 4 out of 6. 5 out of 6 to your co-favorites, the 3 and the 4. 5 out of 6 to the 3 and the 4.
795 to the 3.
And 424 to the 4.
Do you think the place pick is paying 8 out of 8?
Yes. And at the moment, obviously the exact
Oh,
amount
yeah.
over 1,200 is what it's showing.
Tremendous. All right, we're at the gate for the final trial. Michael, we got a carryover in the pick 6 already for tomorrow, Breeders' Champions Night, and the fans can find free PPs at losalamitos.com.
Yes, indeed, Jose. That will spice up an already exciting program for California Breeders' Champions Night tomorrow. Carryover in the pick 6 of just under $15,000, and you can do your research, your preparation for free with PPs at losalamitos.com. Just click on the Champions Night banners, and DRF style PPs also available for free at drf.com. Last runners loading for race number 8, the final claiming Futurity trial. This quite an open heat. Number 3, the current favourite, Female Flyer, fractionally at 5-2 over She's Difficult. Number 7, 3-1. Number 4, AP Royal Sweet, 7-2. And the chances don't end there. Royal Sweet, fidgety in gate 4, racing, and Royal Sweet, after acting up in the gate, is a clear last away. She's Difficult comes away sharply with running for the card and Female Flyer. It's Female Flyer and She's Difficult, and here comes Shining Bright with a late rally, but Female Flyer wins it clearly. From She's Difficult, Shining Bright 3rd, and running for the card to finish 4th. Three first, Female Flyer, photo second. The time 18.13 seconds. That's going to be the fastest qualifying time. We'll have it in thousandths shortly. It's 18.137. Third goes to 6, or second rather, goes to 7, She's Difficult. 7 is second. 6 third, Shining Bright. 2 fourth, Running for the Card. It's 3762. 3762, 18.137 seconds. Closing split 9.84. The winner female flyer is a brown daughter of Favourite Cartel and the Foos mare Girls Can Fly. Bred in California by the owner, Dr. Ed Allred. Allred and trainer Jimmy Glenn Jr. with the exacta in this 8th race. She's Difficult, snaring second placing. Cesar Ortega is the winning rider. Apart from landing this exacta, it's a winning double on the program for Allred and Glenn. Has Favourite Shine got the money in race 6, the first of the Futurity trials. The result is now official. The $1 late pick 4 has paid $870. The $2 pick 6 on 5 of 6, $795.40. The $1 place pick all, $1,205. We thank you for playing Los Alamitos this evening. We hope you found a few winners. And we look forward to tomorrow's program of 8 races, all of them quarter horse stakes races for California breds. First post 725, pick 6 carryover, $14,000. In the meantime, we wish you safe travels. Hooroo!